Hello, it's Tom from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Today I want to talk to you about jazz chords, a source of great confusion to so many students and even, dare I say, good musicians. So before we get started, if you're after some great high quality piano tutorials that will really skyrocket your playing to the next level, join our YouTube channel, subscribe. We've got some great content that we would love to share with you and share with you what our school is all about, where we have students from all over the world come and visit our studios in Baker Street. You can get a bit of a slice of the action. So, on to our topic today, jazz chords. I think the big problem is that when people and students look at a lead sheet for a song like All the Things You Are, or Georgia on My Mind, or Autumn Leaves, just to name a few, they just get confused by all of these big bulky chords that are in front of them. C major 13s, F9s, all of these slash chords and these big fancy looking chord vocabularies that they don't know really where to start in breaking it up. They might even know the chords individually and separately and be able to work them out, but they're not in a position where they know how to organize their thinking around the chords. Now I'm going to propose a really simple solution to help you deal with this, and it's what I call the two-chord process. It's when you break your chords up into groups of two. So rather than thinking, I'm looking at this whole sea of chords in front of me, now you're thinking, okay, I've just got two at a time that I need to deal with. So before we start thinking of it in that way, I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to give you some exercises. And these are really powerful exercises you can practice every day. And trust me, these types of progressions are happening in jazz all the time, up to 80–90% of the time. And it's mainly because of the circle of fifths system that our music vocabulary is built on. I don't have time to go into that today, but I'm going to just show you these patterns that just occur all the time so we can start breaking them up into groups of two. So the first variation we're going to look at is the minor 7 to the dominant 7 chord. So if we get a C minor 7, let's start with that. Here's the C minor 7, and then moving up 4, because this is what happens all the time, these groups of two moving up perfect fourths, C minor 7 to F7, that's the dominant 7. So we're not going to play it like this because we have two root chords and it sounds a bit bulky. So we're going to go C minor 7 to F7. So I played the F7 by dropping the top two notes to get a nice inversion. C minor 7, F7. You can see I've just dropped those top two notes. So let me do this in a few more keys now. What about D minor 7 to G7, E minor 7 to A7, E flat minor 7 to A flat 7. So do this in as many keys as you can. Let me just convert this to a slightly funky groove just for the sake of the exercise. What about C minor 7 to F7 again? Just slapping an octave in the left hand. D minor 7 to G7. So the idea is practice that configuration in as many keys as you can. So if you get good at that, what you can start doing is playing that progression, moving down in semitones. C minor 7, F7, B minor 7, E7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, A minor 7, D7, G sharp minor 7, C sharp 7, and so on. And already it's sounding a bit like a jazz standard. So that's the first place to start, is by just getting these groups of two. Now the pattern I was using there was minor 7 to dominant 7 with this voicing, just a simple voicing, a root chord, and dropping the top two notes to get to my dominant 7, the F7 in this case. So once you've practice that a bit. And for many of you watching this video, this is probably more than enough for you. You can start working on this now. But for those of you who want some more groovier voicings, let's move into this step 2 now. So I just did C minor 7 to F7. Why don't I now go C minor 7 to F9? I expand on that F7. So a nice smooth way to do it, and this is all about getting them in groups of 2 and finding the smoothest possible way to do this. I think beautiful jazz piano, if you think of people like Bill Evans, they make the most beautiful, complex sounding chords sound as simple as possible. It's sort of a paradox. It's wonderful. So, for instance, C minor 7, I'm going to play this in third inversion. Starting on the 7th, right? So my thumb is on the B flat, which is the 7th. Second finger on the root now. And I've got my C minor chord, C, E flat, G, but my thumb is on the B flat. So there's my C minor 7. And now I'm going to go to an F9 just by dropping the thumb down a semitone and keeping all of the other notes in the same place. I've gone to an F9 without the root because my bass will be playing the root in the left hand. I'm going to the F9 with completely minimal work. I'm playing a more complex chord in a more simple way in groups of 2. C minor 7 to F9. What a joyful sound that is. So I'm going to do the same exercise again in this configuration. C minor 7, F9. For those of you who are newer to this, just stay in the same key for a while. Make it like just a funk groove that has 2 chords. Simple is great. Don't overwork yourself. All right, now going to D minor. See, I'm in third inversion, starting on the 7th to G9. So I repeat the same process, going down in semitones again. C minor 7 to F9, B minor 7 to E9, and so on. Sounds delicious. So already now we have some tools that we can use in some of our arrangements when we're looking at jazz standards. But now let's take it to the next level. Let's go ninja. Righto. We're going to go C minor 9 to F13 using the same vocabulary we've been using, just a few small alterations. So remember I had the C minor 7 like this. I started in third inversion, started on the 7th. I'm now going to get the root, which is the C. I'm going to take that up a tone to the 9th, which is a D. The C is missing, but that's okay. It's going to be played in the bass. So it's rootless in the right hand, no root. 7th, 9th, minor 3rd and 5th. And then in the bass, we have the root. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? So just if you enjoy that sound, just sit there and improvise on that for a while. Now, it's the way to get to the F13 from here is just drop the thumb down a semitone. A, D, E flat, G. Everything else stays the same. Got the F in the bass, and that is an F13. C minor 9, F13. Warm, beautiful sounding harmony. Let's do the same thing on D minor now. D minor 9 to G13. E minor 9. So remember the 9th is a tone up from the root, so it's an F sharp to A9, E flat minor 9 to A flat 13. So then I can go down in semitones. sounds so great, doesn't it? So I have these strings of chords constructed from groups of two. So let's put this into a practical example. We get a song like Georgia on My Mind. Now also, this is very, very important. Don't get hung up on playing the melody. If you want to understand jazz chords and harmony in general in music, spend some time taking out the melody or sing the melody. You don't have to play the melody. Trust me, if you really want to get into harmony, spend some time isolating it and just focusing on harmony. Because actually, great melodies are built from harmony. We don't listen to the singer sing Georgia on My Mind in a cappella. No, they need us with the harmony. It's so important. Just study the harmony. The melody will come later. It will come. So we got Georgia on My Mind. I'm starting on an F major 7. Georgia, Georgia. So look at what I've done here. It's the same configuration. E minor 7 to A9, D minor 9, the whole night through to G13. It's the same fourth movement, groups of two. Just that old sweet song. So we got, what is it? A minor 7, D13. Oh, sorry, A minor 7 to D9, G minor 9 to C13. So let's just cover all those chords again. F major 7, it stands alone. Now we've got a group of two. E minor 7, A9, D minor 9, G13. A minor 7, D9, G minor 9, C13, A minor 9, D13, G minor 9, C13, and I've done the first verse of Georgia. And I can change it around. I can go minor 9th to 13, or I can go minor 7 to dominant 7, or I can go minor 7 to 9th. I can play around with them. All three of those options work. The main thing is that I'm organizing my chords in groups of two. You can mark it on the music, and it really makes a huge difference to what it is you can organize in your thinking when you're studying jazz harmony. Now, I've only scratched the surface today, but for many of you, even what I've shown you there will give you hours of great musical pleasure. So just go for it. Have some fun. Thank you.
This tutorial was filmed at the Blutner Piano Centre in London, Baker Street, home to the London Contemporary School of Piano. Blutner is a world-renowned piano brand and has an incredible legacy from Debussy, Rachmaninoff, Mahler, Strauss, and even the Beatles and Stevie Wonder. Not a bad customer list, hey? And if you're interested in receiving world-class quality piano coaching that will really solve the challenges in your piano playing, it doesn't matter where in the world you are, whether it's our online coaching programs or coaching via our studios. I know that our team will have the answer to your challenges and the solutions that are required to get you to the next level in your piano journey. So why not reach out to us via our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, and we look forward to hearing from you and solving your musical challenges. Most importantly, enjoy the music, have some fun, try new things, improvise, jam, think of new ideas, and see where that gets you. See you soon.